All right, everyone, hello. And this goes out to all 10 of you playing Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins. Fun Neo-like game. Lot deeper class customization, maybe not as great combat as Neo 2, but for those of you out there playing it, it's going to be a little video on a guide build that I've ended up with, as well as how to get a little over 10,000 dragon treasures, I don't know, every like 2 or so minutes, along with pretty good rewards because we're going to be at rank 9 trials. You don't have to copy this exactly, especially if you're struggling with the strat I'm about to show. You could always drop it down a little bit until you get some better gear that you can fuse onto your current stuff. I'll go and do the fight, and then I'll talk about the build. So, I did a lot of messing around with subclasses, and if you're in the Rift, it can maybe be a little bit different with ethers, but anything where you're going to be farming those crystals, the dragon treasures, pretty much goes without question that the summoner MP canceling ability on ninjutsu, it's here to stay. It just can't overstate how helpful it is. You know, being able to kind of max out your MP at the start of fights. And that, you know, on top of that, you then have a subclass that also can give you some invincibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by popping Berserker, because that skill will last the longest. Then we're going to use Mighty Strike's Lancet Lunatic. And then we are going to cancel out of our Utsemi. So that's the order I do it in. So nice thing here is Gilgamesh comes out a little bit late. He's not doing anything. So I'm able to just kind of run behind him there and get that done. Same thing, we're just going to go ahead and reset everything. Now, I've got a lot of buffs for killing on my subclass. I have some on my main class too, but subclass. So that's why I did that there. Maybe I didn't even need to repeat all those other ones, but looks like it didn't matter too much anyways. One main thing is if he's doing that move there, like, you're invincible for 3 hits, but he hits like 10 times, so you can't really just like eat their moves like that. Should have enough time to redo your buffs again here, along with Utsemi. His definition, he's going to go down halfway through anyways. Now, the only trick here on the second phase is sometimes he likes to start off right away with his rushing attack. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, but you might want to end your move a little bit early just to be safe. And then, of course, we've got Luck on our subclass, so we're going to do our finish here with the subclass that has all the luck. Die, die, die. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to get a lot of pretty decent gear because we're at rank 9. We're going to get 10,000 dragon treasure, which is enough to get 2 items. And then we actually get like a sizable amount of void treasures. Like, I'd have to do this quest 10 times, but I haven't really seen anything else that even gives that much. So normally those blue items take about 2,000 of those. So it's actually like within striking distance of what you want to get. So you're going to talk a little bit about the build. I guess we'll talk about the subclass first. That's almost in some ways more important. I've got a lot of things here. The most important is probably Void Knight at 400, White Mage at like 120, Summoner at 120. A lot of these other things aren't necessary, like the Breaker is just here to get a little bit more MP. Genji's nice because when you chain cancel, you get a pretty significant damage boost. This is just nothing. We don't really need anything that from the ninja. Void Knight at 400 will greatly reduce the cost of her command abilities. Very nice. Thief at 600, of course, just gets us some better things here. And you don't really need this much Berserker at all. It's just kind of nice to be able to have a soul burst available on my main class in the Rift. I have it so I've got Knight at, it's like 400, so I'm invincible. So this kind of does a little bit of a double duty in this setup when you go down into the Rifts. Same thing here. I've got the Ring of Lucaria on the Thief. That gives you the Breaker 400 ability, I think. Gives you like a strength bonus on a burst. So it's pretty much one of the most ideal setups I think you could have on your subclass. You want to be like building into things like MP cost down on those sub abilities, Lightbringer duration, luck, and buff duration. I don't necessarily have the best rolls and everything yet, and I certainly haven't min-maxed my charm yet. Main class is Berserker. I really like Berserker. I really, really like Adrenaline, especially. When you're fighting normal enemies and you're in this Berserker state, it makes it so they can no longer like insta-flinch you. That, and you just get like an incredible amount of additional damage, and you can actually start to tank things just a little bit. So let's go through the different stats here. Dragoon at 600, very important. It makes it so that when we do our Cyclone Rush, we get like an additional sort of Lancet ability. The attack speed up while Lightbringer up is really nice as well. Void Knight for the perma haste. I feel like going forward into DLC 3, for anyone that does any sort of melee combat at all, I feel like that's just like going to be a given at this point, that this is absolutely what you want to have. We have Berserker at 400 here. The MP up while Lightbringer there is nice. Of course, you know, with Berserker as our main, it's very easy to get that. That's no issue. No issue at all. Dark Knight, of course, 400. Because it's our main class, you want to be able to get the sort of near-death damage up abilities. All the things that come from that is great additional damage. Breaker is really nice. I would love to try and get Breaker up to 600, but it's just so hard to fit everything that I'd want to have otherwise. That would just give us like an additional maybe like 20 or so strength. Marauder gets us the level 4 charge, which does work on the Cyclone Rush. And an important thing to remember is as you go up charge levels, the potency of those attacks themselves go up as well. And the way the MP and HP regeneration for a lot of moves are determined is by the base potency of the ability. So if it works the way I think it works, your Berserker state is increasing your base potency by 40% or more anyways. And then being able to get it up to the level 4 charge makes it so that you have even higher potency by the end. So you'll be pretty much instantly healing any damage that you would get, assuming, of course, that you're not invincible. This Knight here isn't doing anything for us really in the overfield. Main thing is, of course, when we're in the actual Rift, I like having the Knight subclass ability here to be invincible during Lightbringer. And of course, the Shadow Master is just a little bit of a bonus there. Augments, you do want to use an axe that is maxed out on strength, by the way, so that means that little strength ability of 414. Improved effect on Berserk, Lancet. I do have some abilities here on Break. Honestly, I'm kind of going back and forth whether or not I want to keep going into Break or if I just want to keep maxing out attack. I feel like it really depends on what you're fighting. For the most part in this DLC, Break is a lot more effective than HP damage. Things just get so much HP in the Rift, it's kind of crazy. So it's like a little bit of a hybrid. You know, the way the Break formula is determined is your damage plus any sort of break modifiers. So as long as you're increasing your damage, you are technically also increasing your break. But the thing is that when you increase your break percentages, you're able to increase it normally at a much higher rate than you're able to increase your attack increases. If that makes any sense. I got some axe combo ability percentage down there is nice. I would love to see more Berserk increases. Improved effect on Berserk. So nice. For here, when I'm doing this farming, I am using this Gilgamesh Damage Plus charm. Gilgamesh is by far the scarier guy of those two in this sort of setup. You don't have as much time to set up and get your additional buffs until you've killed Genji for the first time. So just being able to get through that first phase a little bit faster is nice. Otherwise, I'm normally using Mantra when I'm running around. Okay, so this is what I would normally be using when I'm running around in the Rift. I'm around like floor 70. And things are just getting so tanky. Like, I could keep grinding it, but I don't really feel like the gear I'm getting is significantly better than this anyways. And I'm also not stockpiling the dragon treasures for the end game. So it's like a little boring. Just like going in and killing Genji and Death Machine over and over again. But it's way more consistent. And most of the time, I feel like I'm getting better gear anyway. So we're just going to do one more run. Because why not? Just to give people another chance to see it again. Okay, and it's probably not necessary, but I like to max this out anyways. I'm ready. You want to make sure you stand behind him. You will deal additional damage. Probably don't even really need to like redo all my buffs there, huh? So I'm not even really all that concerned about redoing my buffs. I'm pretty sure we're going to have them, like, basically immediately. All right, and that's it. So kind of my reasoning is as I min-max this build, because I can attack so quickly in such a short period of time, I'm able to kind of get around the side effect of there being a 99,000 damage cap, and that's kind of why I'm into this Cyclone Rush. All right, so for all 10 of you who enjoy Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins, hope you enjoyed the video, enjoy the game. I'm looking forward to DLC 3 when it comes out in January, February. Probably gonna stockpile, like, I don't know, maybe like 1 million dragon treasures, just so I never have to worry about anima crystals or rat tails ever again. I'll have a pretty good stockpile of these blue things as well. I'll min-max my set. I'm not going to go crazy doing it. I'll probably get to floor 99 at some point, finish all the missions, and call it a day. All right. Hopefully you all enjoy this. Everyone else, have a good day. Good luck. Have a good hunt.